Speak through those words if they are written, Lord, if they are not, speak in spite of them. Amen. And while Jesus was praying, the appearance of his face changed, and his clothes became dazzling white. On the next day, when they had come down from the mountain, a great crowd met him. So, I don't mind telling you, I actually believe in miracles. I believe in the Bible. I believe that the transfiguration of Christ as presented in the gospel today happened just exactly as it says that it did. And I think that you and I are to know from the transfiguration at the top of a mountain that Jesus is both fully human and fully divine. It's one of the most powerful events in the Gospels and in the life of Christ. So why did we not stop there today? Why did we go on from the top of the mountain and the transfiguration to hear about the next day and sick children at the bottom of the mountain? You may have heard me say about other gospel stories something like this: the prodigal son isn't really about the prodigal son. It's about the older brother. In my opinion, the story about Jesus and the Phoenician woman is not about her. It's about Jesus. So I want to propose this to you. Maybe the story of today's gospel, the transfiguration, isn't as much about Jesus's transfiguration. It isn't as much about him being on par with and even divinely superior to Moses and Elijah. From where I sit, the story of the transfiguration might just as much be about the next day. It might just as much be about the man whose son has a seizure disorder or a demon. Now, don't call the bishop, because I will clarify for you that what I'm saying about the transfiguration story right now and the healing story is technically incorrect. We're not recording this, are we? I mean, they did not tell us the story of the transfiguration so that they could tell us the story about the little boy and the epileptic demon. Okay, the healing of the epileptic boy is clearly another story altogether. Really. The little boy is not a character in the story of the transfiguration, like in the other stories I've mentioned. But still, I maintain that the next day event really makes the story of the transfiguration all the more poignant. So, crowd participation moment. Who's been on a retreat? Okay. And who among us has had a life-changing experience, whether at the retreat or elsewhere? So, as you can guess, I've done that. I've been on retreats. And I will say this, retreats, especially like really deep, week-long retreats, they keep you up on cloud nine for days after you get home. You're just feeling so holy and floating above the earth. Just as the transfiguration was transforming for Peter, James, and John, it scared them at least. All experiences with our God are also transforming. It can really take a while to come down from the mountain when you do. So now for me, the matter is this: how do I take what I gained in the retreat and put it to good use when I return to the regular world? How do I maybe keep some of that cloud nine feeling, but how do I bring what I got to others? How do I take that transforming closeness that I felt with God to help others to know that transforming closeness with God? Spoiler alert, it's hard. Having the retreat or some other life-changing experience is hugely powerful, but it is not usually easy to have it completely enhance your everyday life every day for the rest of your life. Still, it's a gift to share. even if the transforming feelings don't always stay with us. Now, the good news is maybe this. You and I are not at fault if we haven't had as many experiences with God as we think others may have, because we cannot make our experiences with God happen. We can only prepare for them by being people of prayer, by regularly opening ourselves to God, while consciously, actively seeking God. Rest assured, Peter, James, and John were superheroes of faith, but the transfiguration was, even for them, once in a lifetime experience. But we can all feel and receive God's presence. We can all feel and receive God's grace. We don't have to be superheroes in faith, because in God we are all superheroes, and we can all bask in God's presence. It starts with trusting, staying open. It's scary and it's good to have that vulnerability, that trust and seeking our God. It's good for us to have a safe space and safe people where our vulnerabilities are shared and they are filled with God's grace and love. It can be good for us to sit in silence, to pray, to read our Bibles, and to be open to the Spirit. Those are the places where connections with God can best happen. They usually require our trusting patience. And in my experience, consistency in practice is key. But I find that when you and I are blessed to experience God so pointedly in some transforming event, it's good for us to live into the very next day too. We have to come down from the mountain. We may not respond quite as Jesus did, but it's not always the best feeling when you are shocked back into the world we live in. It feels like ice water dumped on us in the middle of winter. Now, most of us can't, and most of us shouldn't try to make a dwelling in a retreat center and live forever, like Peter suggested. Unless we are called to cloistered community, we do the best we can to take the joy and the grace and the love and the healing and share it freely with others around us. So yes, be lifted up by the presence of our God. Know that it is yours to receive. Bask in God's deep love for you, but then increase its power and increase its reach and increase its depth by letting it flow into and through you and onto everyone around you. We all need God's healing grace. We are all offered God's healing grace, and we are all given God's healing grace. Let it lift us. Let's be transformed by this power of God and by the power of grace. Let's be transformed by Christ's transfiguration. Let's be so transformed to heavenly ways that we eschew the ways that our world currently shows us. Let's love, let's admire, let's respect, let's love and share with everyone that we can. Let's rejoice that we can come down from the transforming experience to offer the love to those around us who so desperately need it, even if they don't want the same for us. Let's show the love God intends for the world to make these dark days brighter. And while he was praying, the appearance of his face changed, and his clothes became dazzling white. On the next day, when they had come down from the mountain, a great crowd met him. Amen.